Hey everybody, welcome back to our YouTube and podcast series. We call it Move the Needle. We sit down with people every single week who are moving the needle in our community, Steve, and we've got a juggernaut today.
I can't wait.
We talk about Tony time. You know, there's Pacific time, Eastern time, and there's Tony time.
Look at all the insiders are wondering, what's Tony time? You have to find out.
Yeah.
I guess I do need one.
Very beautiful.
They
also have really great hats. I mean, these ladies showed up wearing these hats, and I was like, where do I get one?
I'm going to call them and get on the show and see if I can work my way into a package.
Yes.
Let's get them booked, man.
Well, my brother's like 2, but he doesn't really count.
He's not part of the program yet.
Yeah,
Just
not yet.
He will be. He'll be working for Mari's Gold
He'll be
soon.
working for you one day.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
He already does.
At Brooklyn V's, we bring the taste of Brooklyn right here to Arizona. Our family's been serving up real Italian food for generations, and every dish is made with love, just like Nonna used to make. From classic spaghetti and meatballs to layers of cheesy lasagna, stuffed shells, and the best New York-style pizza in town. Every bite is pure Italian comfort. And if you haven't tried our world-famous cheesecake, well, you're missing out. It's been rated one of the best in the area, and once you taste it, you'll know why. So come hungry, leave happy, and enjoy a little slice of Brooklyn right here in Arizona.
Some moments change everything. Where a student feels struggle, a tutor sees opportunity. Tutor Doctor brings personalized learning to life, helping students discover confidence and achieve their potential. We're looking for tutors, educators, and mentors, people whose belief in students is bigger than any challenge. Set your own schedule. Get matched with students who need your expertise, with support every step of the way. Here, you don't just teach, you become part of a community. Tutor Doctor, helping today's youth become tomorrow's successful adults.
Couldn't find a lot about him, but
I know he's an international man of mystery out there.
and now we found enough. But he came in and gave a little wedge in, cracked in the door, and I think we're going to be able to run with that.
Yeah, well, welcome to the show, Jeff. It's great to have you here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Really excited about today.
Yeah, look, we put this thing together. You showed up for an earlier episode. We had a
The
little
first guy that's come
communication
by twice
breakdown.
already. Yeah, I
It's
love
fine.
that.
It's fine. I like
Yeah.
it. He's back for more. You run a couple of programs. You're involved with this guy people might have heard of before named Tony Robbins, and so some of that stuff I hope will come up on today's show. But give us a sense for who Jeff is. Like, where'd you grow up? What are you into?
Okay. Well, a bird's eye view is I was born and raised in North Dakota.
Okay.
And I would say small town for here, but larger town there. I was about 14,000 people where I grew up, right across the river from the state capital, Bismarck. And so I was raised there. And in my younger 20s, my wife and I got married. And that was pretty common back then. So my wife went to school the same place I did. Got married in 91 and had our first child in 95, Alex. And then in 99, it was a really cold winter. It gets cold up there.
Listen, I grew up in Minnesota.
Oh, did you?
You're next door neighbor,
okay.
so I relate.
Yeah, so got a little chilly up there, and my wife says, Stephanie says one day, she's like, we're not trees. We could move if we wanted to. And
That's all you needed.
Yeah, and with her job, we went down to Houston, Texas for 4 years.
All right.
Had our second child.
Swapped humidity.
Yeah, so we have Alex, the oldest, and Zach. So I always say we're A to Z. We've got it covered.
You do.
And when Zach was born in 01, we started to think about, do we want to have any more kids? And we chose not to. We were like, we're done. But we didn't want to raise our kids in Houston. And I had come out to Arizona for some work at that time. I came out in like the middle of November. I was here for like 10 days. Steph and I would talk every single day. And she says to me, she's like, what's the weather? I said, it's 72 and sunny.
Yeah.
72 and sunny. And got kind of boring. And it had rained the whole time I was gone.
In Houston.
Yeah. In Houston. So came back and I said, we got to come back and check this out. So we narrowed it down to like 5 places. Phoenix was one of them. We came out here. We flew in and Steph goes, it's kind of brown. Yeah. And we looked around and then she fell in love with it. So by the time we flew out after a long weekend, we got the notebook out and like, what do we need to do to get here? Got here in 03, raised both boys in Chandler. and just absolutely love this place.
Yeah.
Love it. You know, like Minnesota,
Sure.
North Dakota. There's some certain things that, you know, I loved where I grew up. Loved the
Course.
Four Seasons. It was awesome. And then it was time to move.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you work at, well, tell us a little bit about Healthy Once and For All. That's a program that you and your wife have together, Stephanie,
Correct.
right?
Correct. Yeah. And how that was conceived has a lot to do with reversing back a little bit. Well, I got to start talking about Tony a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So,
well,
in-
let's start there then. When do you come to learn more about Tony Robbins more intimately?
In March of 2007,
Okay.
Stephanie and I went to one of his first live events,
Which one?
Unleashing the Power Within.
Unleashing the Power
Yeah.
Within.
And where was
Okay.
that?
That was in Secaucus, New Jersey. So
Okay, ooh.
we went
And
to
these
New-
are like week-long,
this
12-hour
one
bangers,
this
right?
one was a 4-dayer.
4 days.
Yeah, 12 is short, so you know you're like looking at 14, 16 hours.
14, 16
yeah,
hours.
we talk about Tony time. You know, there's Pacific time, Eastern time, and then there's Tony time.
Look at all the insiders are wondering,
Yeah.
what's Tony time? You have to find out.
Yeah, right.
So when we went to that event, I just got to kind of give you a pre-frame. 2 boys,
Yeah.
white picket fence.
Yes.
You know, I had what I thought was everything. Steph and I were married for 15 years, and I said, I want to go to that event, and I want Tony to teach me how to get rich.
Oh.
I'm like, I just need the money. If I get the money, then everything's fine. I think then I have the life that I want. I showed up there, and Tony always says, you come for what you want, you get what you need while you're there. And he woke me up to the fact that I really wasn't a happy person. I weighed about 245 pounds. My wife was a little over 200 pounds. We were just roommates. We were married for 15 years at the time. One of the things that I talk a lot about in my coaching, and I learned it from Tony and other mentors too, but proximity is power. Who you hang out with is who you become. And we were hanging out with great people. I mean, we were hanging out with people that had been 15 years married. They had kids. We had a lot in common. A lot of our kids did the same type of sports.
Yep.
And so we were hanging out with them. And then when we went there, I realized that I really wasn't happy. And so I came home and really started working on myself.
Okay.
And fast forward 18 years, it'll be 35 years, Steph and I'll be married this year. I'm more in love with her today than when I first met her, you know, from that being roommates. I got to know my kids. Our kids are like, we're really good friends with them today. They're just really great young men in the society that they're in, each world, the world they're in. They're just doing great. And then I started to work on my body, and I started working all these things. And so through that process, a lot of people that, and I started to volunteer with the Tony organization too. So I've been volunteered. That's how I became a contractor for him. I first started to crew, blessed beyond measure that I went and volunteered for that same event I had done 6 months prior.
Is this
to
the
that.
one where people walk on coals?
Correct.
It is.
I'm the assistant fire captain.
Yeah.
Meaning that myself and my boss, Bill Keith, him and I show up at an event, the UPW, the Unleashing the Power Within, and every participant that's there has the opportunity after the first day of being in with Tony to have the opportunity to walk across coals that night.
Barefoot.
So my question is, I've got a question directly on this, because this is so intriguing when you said that. What does that look like? Do people, are there people that actually get hurt? What is your job that night? What does it look like?
Well, our job, we're an outcome-driven, team,
Okay.
and our team is to have a safe and successful firewalk.
Okay.
And that's what we create. Captain Bill and myself, we show up and we get a handful of volunteers, anywhere from 40 to 70, 80 people, to come out and be part of the fire team. Now there's an event crew that's internally, and there's anywhere from 250 to 400 people in there helping out too, because he needs that, because right now there's anywhere between, I'm going to say, 12 and 14,000 people at each one of these events.
So they're so huge.
How many firewalkers?
And there's
approximately
12,000 to 14,000 firewalkers.
Wow.
So they all have the opportunity to walk.
And that many take that advantage?
Yeah. And so
I'm shocked.
What they do is
You wouldn't do it?
I think I would. I wasn't expecting that number, like 12.
Yeah.
So I want to hear what happens. I mean, it's very intriguing. People, I mean, you guys, it seems obviously it's commonplace for you. You're part of that. From the outside, I'm like, they actually really do that? I mean, I know they talk about that, but they actually, thousands actually do that.
Yeah, everybody's
I mean,
in.
and people don't get hurt. It's that much mind over matter.
Tony teaches them internally in that first day how to get into a state, into the state that they can be. If you get into the right state of mind, anybody can walk across coals. So I've seen 5-year-olds walk across. I've seen 80-year-olds walk across. I have a video, I'll show you guys later, of a gentleman that was in a wheelchair. His arms are as big as our legs, and he flipped over with the wheelchair, connected him, flipped him upside down, and walked across on his hands.
That's
okay.
But you saw it with your own eyes?
I seen it with my own eyes.
And I'm telling you, that must have fired people up, man.
Oh, it does. Not too many people got to see it because everybody's doing their thing because
Yeah.
it's dark out. It's like midnight. That's typically. But to answer your question, to kind of give you a visual of it, we get a parking lot for about 24, 36 hours that we turn into the parking lot for everybody to have the opportunity to walk on the coals. So we turn it in, and we get truckloads of sod, we get truckloads of wood, we get it all set up. We have our own our own inventory. It all comes in, and then we, with the help of all these great volunteers, we set it up. So we create a thing that's, I'm going to say, 15 by 60 feet, and we do 4 to 5 layers deep of sod, and then that's where we put all the wood, and then we start the fire early afternoon, late morning, and we start burning it, and then we burn it all day long, and we burn about 8 to 10 cords of wood, and then now turns into coals. Okay,
so cool.
So and it's beautiful.
Yeah,
to
I
watch,
bet it looks
right?
amazing.
You can imagine. And then at a certain time, we have to work with the inside crew. We take the coals, we put them in wheelbarrows, and then we wheel them out to, we call lanes. And so we take sod, and we lay the sod out to where it's about a 15-foot walk, 4, 5, 6 strides, depending on how your strides are. And we set it up, and we set up anywhere from 30 to 40 of these lanes. And so then what the trainer, they have trainers that come out from internal or inside, and they're the ones that get the people into state on each one of these lanes. Tony's one of the people that helps people walk on lanes. He's one of the lead-ins to get them, or not lead-ins, but one of the trainers to get them to go through. And so that's kind of how it's set up. So then what happens is they set it up where there's some Native American drums that are in speakers that are going, and 13,000 people come out yelling, "Yes, yes!"
Wow, the
yes.
energy,
and
the
it's
vibration.
It's a beautiful
Amen.
rhythmic thing.
Amen.
And then
You're
you get people to, you get anybody to run up and want to go across it, and then want to go across it again. Or there's people that are a little scared, like I was.
Yeah.
I was when I first time I was looking for the longest line.
Am I actually in the state?
long jump it? Can you long jump it?
I don't know about that. I probably could have that day, but I'd be 10, 15 feet people deep, and I'm looking. I'm like, ugh. And I was with someone, and I said, let's go over there. That line's bigger. That's longer. So we go over there.
More time to think about
and
it.
then I finally walked, and I really believed when I walked across it. I said, it's not real, because I didn't feel a thing. I was in such a great state.
So the state, because Matthew's going to have, I'm sure, a bunch of questions on this mental state, what it means, because I know you really, when you're coaching, how that affects your diet, the mind, and your
everything.
diet. I mean,
correct.
Yeah, but what happens if you slip out of this state? Is it one of those almost like, you're halfway across and you're like, I don't believe anymore, or is it that state? It's almost. Now, I'm not going to say it's hard to believe, but it's hard to believe that you actually could put yourself in a state that you don't feel burning hot coals. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean,
as you share it,
amazing.
I'll just share with you, what Tony teaches inside, and there's a lot more that goes into this. But what his language is he says there's a triad. We have a triad. So you've got 3 corners here, and the triad has to do, and if you look inside the triad, it says state, getting into the right state of mind, it's a state of happiness.
Sure.
The state of I can walk across the coals, right? With certainty, right? Well, this triad, if you think about it, this is how we make decisions all day long, right? the state that we're in, and how do we get into that state? It's the language that we say to ourselves, the focus that what we focus on, and then the physiology that we're in, right? So we've got these three things. We got focus, language, and physiology. He believes that if we change our physiology, we change everything. So if you think about this, like over here, around the corner here, if we would think about somebody that's sitting over there in a corner that's sad or depressed, how would you describe their physiology? Are they upbeat? Are they sitting?
Probably slumped
They're slumped
over.
over.
Yeah.
Are they talking strong or are they talking soft?
Right, soft.
They're
right,
soft,
right,
right?
right.
They're kind of staring off into space. They're talking slower. They're doing this thing. So they have to work at being depressed. Same thing the other way around.
Interesting.
You can, and he teaches you how to make a physical move. Like, so I make a move every time before I get on a coaching call. I stand up, I shake my body out, and then I make a move. I just make, and as soon as I make that move, my whole nervous system heightens up to I'm in the state where I'm in certainty, and I want to be in the best possible certainty for me. So what I can do is I can help this person the best I can at
Sure.
that time in that moment.
It's almost like you transcend into a state where you become the vessel.
Correct.
And just everything's moving through you, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, that's the
absolutely.
way I think about
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
right? It's just same thing for me when I'm on stages. Like, before I jump up on the stage, it's like, just tell me what words need to happen here, you know, and let them run through me.
That's exactly
And
what I
then
say.
when yeah.
I say that exact
Do
same
you
thing.
really?
I do.
Yeah.
Every morning I listen to a song. I'll send it to you, and it's more in the spiritual realm. But there's 4 lines to it, and it says, "Melt me, mold me, fill me, and use me."
Oh.
And then I ask in the morning. I say, "Just use me. Use my body. Use my voice. Speak through me what they need to hear." And in return, I get to hear it too.
Yes.
You know, I'm
yes.
like, wow, I'm right at the.
What's,
I'm right.
what's probably, I'm sure there's so much here, but like, what's one thing that Tony taught you didn't know walking in? Like, you know, he does a lot of things that I think people have heard of before, but like, was there something that just flipped it on its lid for you?
Yep. He said, "I can change your life with changing one word in a sentence." And he did. He says, "Life is not happening to you, life is happening for you." And when I realized that life is one of my greatest teachers, and if I'm here to learn and it's just trying to teach me, I don't have to get up, take a shower, and get ready and go to school. I just wake up, I'm in school. I'm in the school of life. And if I can look at something that happened and go, what am I here to learn? You know, it's the questions that we ask ourselves.
Interesting.
You
I
know, like, why
love
does this
that.
always happen to me? A victim will ask that, but I'm over here going, you know,
Thank you.
thank you
for letting
thank
that
you
happen.
for showing up. And then really when you get down to it, it's about patterns.
Of course it is.
What's the patterns that are
Gosh, we
showing
talk
up?
about so much of this stuff on my other podcast, Learn from People Who Lived It. It's all about the patterns. And anyways, amazing stuff.
I want to follow up on that physiology. You said you did a how many pound transformation to your body?
When I walked into Tony in 07, I weighed right around a little over 240 pounds.
Okay, so to the audience out there, I mean, a lot of people struggling with weight. How does that mind talk? Can you share how after going there, how that affected you? I'm sure that must have been one of your driving forces, or can you share that?
It was, and I felt, you know, I'm 6'2", and I wore it really well. So and who you
You
hang
can
out
hide
with
it,
is who
yeah.
you become.
Yeah.
Friends of mine were kind of getting a little bit of weight, you know, and I say this a lot of times. 18 years ago, I weighed 240 pounds, and I chose, because I took responsibility for my life, and life was happening for me, not to me. I chose to say I'm responsible for what I put in my mouth and what I do with my body, and so I started this whole turn my life around in health, and that's what we do today, right? Well, I come to realize, if you want to start a business, if you want to have a relationship with your kids, if you want to have a great relationship with your spouse, or anything in your life, you have to have energy. And if you don't have energy, you really can't do it. If you can't get your butt out of bed, you can't do that. So I started to release, and that's one of the things that we talk a lot about, the language we talk about. If you lose your keys and you want to leave the house, what do you want to do? You want to find your keys, right?
Right.
Well, if you want to go on a diet, do you want to lose the weight and find it?
No.
No, you want to release it for
Yeah,
good.
right.
So we talk about releasing the weight.
Healthy once and for all.
So I released like the 50 pounds in 18 months. Gradually, I got rid of it, and then I have never been over 200 since then.
Wow, man.
But
Nice.
then I tell people the average male in the United States gains about 2.1 pounds a year. That's not a big deal, right? Well,
Unless you stop moving.
Let's go back 18 years.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's,
I weighed
there's that 40 pounds.
I weighed 240.
Yeah.
Now I go 18 years, and I add that on. Now I weigh 280 today.
Yeah.
Instead of 180, I weigh 280.
And then try to lose that. Try
It
to go
just
80 pounds.
becomes a lot
That's-
harder
I
for
mean,
you.
a lot harder. That's almost, as guys get older,
Yeah.
it's almost monumental. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why you
Yeah.
really, guys, when they get, to me, it was my 40s. That was my red flag. I started really saying, because I started realizing in my 50s, it's going to be damn hard. And then in your 60s, almost forget about it. Let's talk. You don't want people to give up. You never
Yeah.
want people to give up, but it makes it when you are that, you're talking about 50, 60, 70 pounds. When you're that much older, it just makes it so difficult.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
mantra I live by now is that every decade sets up the next.
Yeah,
it
so
does.
what I'm going
You
to
gotta
do
be
in my
looking at
40s is going to set me up for my 50s. What
Yeah.
I do in my 50s is going to set me up for my 60s. And so,
So
I'm
you're 30s now for your 40s?
Yeah, so now I'm in my 20s, and
Yeah,
I'm really
that's right.
working hard for my
There we go.
30s.
There we
And
go.
I want to make sure
Yeah.
that they zoom in.
Well, and that's one of the things that I play a game. I play a game with myself because I get up in the morning. I get up about 5, and I have a routine. And my routine is sit in a cold tub. I do some lymph exercises, get the lymph moving. I do some Wim Hof breathing. I do a lot of things. And a lot of mornings when I get up, I don't want to do it.
Of course,
Well,
right.
I've come to realize, and this is where my game comes in. When I wake up, a lot of people in the personal growth world say, you'll do more for others than you'll do for yourself. So I started to
100%.
play this game. When I get up and I don't want to do it, I'm not doing it for me, I'm doing it for my future self now.
Yes.
And I want my future self to have the flexibility, to have the health, to have the money, to have these things, this energy appear, so he can look back and go, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing it. And this is the only time I can, is right now.
God, so this guy really did change your life.
Oh, yeah.
He does for so many people. I'm not your guru. I love that. He's got a couple of different things. How much is it to go to one of his little hootenannies? What do people put down? $5,000-$10,000 to go to some of these things?
To go to the Unleashing the Power Within
Yeah.
is under $1,000, and it's a 4-day event.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like affordable doll if you really
Yeah,
if
well,
you really want to
look,
make
he
it.
he gives away a lot of stuff for free. I just saw him the other day. He was doing an interview with a guy I really respect, Alex Hermosi, and I was blown away at how much stuff he was offering for free. Mm-hmm. So, look, Tony doesn't need any more money. He's okay. And so I love that he's in a place now where he's giving back because he understands the laws of the universe, right? Like, if I give it all away, it's
Yep.
all coming
his,
back to
his,
me.
His language is, the reason for living is giving.
Yes. Wow.
And he's done a lot. He's done a lot.
It makes me think how many people watching right now could jump into that mindset a little bit more.
Yeah.
Speaking of jumping in, what about the future for you? What do you have on deck? What's going?
Thanks for asking. The future is really, really bright. I'm really excited about 2026. Steph and I, 7 years ago, we created that Healthy Once and For All program. And it's an online coaching program where the way I tell people is it's an outcome-driven company, and our outcome is very simple. We have created a thriving community that we help you design a healthy lifestyle, and it's help you design a lifestyle for you and you only. And then what we want to do is through that designing that healthy lifestyle, we want to help you create a new relationship with food in your body, and you don't have to do it alone. We don't really care how you lose the weight, right?
Right. Cardio, weights, whatever.
All so-called diets and all those things, they work. But if you listen to the language, I'm always into listening to language
Yeah,
now.
for sure. It's the
Words.
biggest part.
If you listen to language, you hear people say, I'm on a diet and I can't wait to get off the diet. Why is that? Because they want to go back to what they were doing.
Yes.
And what we're here to do is to create a new mindset around when they look at food, when they look at their body and go, hey, I don't want to treat this thing that this meat suit, I don't want to treat it like a wood shed. I want to treat it like a temple.
So somebody told me one time something so brilliant. They said, imagine you got one car when you're 16 years old. And that's the only, have you heard
Yes,
this before?
go ahead.
And,
I love
and it's
this.
the only car you ever got to drive for the rest of your life. How would you take care of it?
Oh,
That's this thing
That's
right
this
here.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Like that's us. How can we? I mean, you think about it. You would never miss an oil change. You would never miss a tire rotation. You would never miss any tune-up on that thing. And give yourself the same thing.
Yes.
Give yourself
Great
the same
metaphor.
thing.
That's
Oh,
such
man.
a great one. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing, dude. Like, I feel like we could spend 2 hours talking with you. If folks want to link up with you and they want to connect, they want to be a part of this community, what's the best doorway that you'd like them to walk through?
Social media, Facebook and Instagram. Go to
Okay.
Healthy Once and For All.
Okay, we'll
real
put that.
simple.
We'll put that in the show notes too. And man, I hope you'll consider coming back one day
Yes.
because I feel like
Oh.
all we had. This was like the intro.
Intro. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Well,
could. Yeah, we could do the part 2.
Right. We
Yeah.
need 2, 3, and
Because
4.
I know you got another
Okay.
partner that we didn't really touch on that.
Yeah.
Coming in, we could. That's
Yeah, that would
maybe
be
the
great. That'd
follow-up.
be great. He's coming in from the UK. He's coming over here. He's a very successful entrepreneur. He's got 13 successful companies over there. He's got those running on his own. Him and his wife are coming here because they want to start a family, and he's going to become a business consultant for Healthy Once and For All.
And you can you
So
share
we're
who
going
this,
to
this gentleman?
Oh yeah. His name's Peter Matthews. Wait till you get to meet him. You guys will get to meet him someday. But he's super. He has a beautiful story where his story is so unique that BBC did a documentary on him.
Really cool.
Yeah, he's a professional skydiver where he's jumped for Great Britain a couple of times, won some worlds for them, done a lot of great things. So
When he comes to visit, can we get him on? How about that?
he moves here next week.
Oh, so he's on.
No, he's
Oh,
moving
let's
here.
do it.
He's
Yeah,
moving
let's
here.
do it.
He's
I
moving
love
here
it.
next
We'll
week.
get him on, and you guys together can talk about.
Yeah,
this. It'd be
that
so
sounds
fun.
fantastic.
Because I'd be really curious to see the common threads in your story. I mean, there's a reason that
Mm-hmm.
How else do you explain guy from UK, guy from North Dakota finding each other in Phoenix? Like, hello.
Yeah.
And also, you could look
It's
up
destiny.
if you do want to, walk on the hot coals. He could show you how.
Yeah.
he can.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we should suggest that you do that for fun. You might want to do that in his
Not,
case.
at least not in your backyard.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, right. Don't take the charcoal goals out and
don't-
just start
yeah.
going nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
You
man.
bet.
Really
Thanks,
cool
Jeff.
to meet you. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a really quick break. When we come back, if you've ever heard about MCC, Maricopa Community College, we're going to sit down with a woman named Lisha Dunlap and chat with her about that. We'll see you in just 1 second.
In a world of shortcuts, Von Hansen's brings back what's been missing. Real butchers, real flavor, real pride in every cut. Since 2004, we've been Arizona's new, award-winning, old-fashioned butcher shop where service still matters and every order is cut just for you. From our famous butter garlic breasts to over 100 handcrafted sausages, everything we make is done right here, in-house, the way it should be. Whether it's a small family dinner or a large gathering with friends, Von Hansen's helps you turn every meal into a memory.
For over 2 decades, Culture Infinity has believed luxury begins with how you're treated. From the moment you walk in, you're welcomed by experts who know luxury and value relationships. And our white glove service meets you the moment you arrive. Simple, friendly, and effortless. We're more than a dealership. We're part of this community, committed to giving back, supporting families, and earning your trust. Infinity's award-winning lineup, designed for families, for drivers, for those who expect more. Coulter Infinity, a dealership that cares. Come experience the difference.
Well, welcome back to our Move the Needle YouTube and podcast series. I'm Matthew, that's Steve. And before we jump into it with Lisha, I do want to say thank you so much to Brooklyn V's, the Tutor Doctor, and Von Hansen's Meat and Spirits.
Yes.
I went there the other day. I got myself, I walked in first of all, and I walked right up to the head butcher, and I said, look, man, I want to make pork carnitas, and I want to make pulled pork sandwiches. He's like, well, you need a pork butt. And I'm not saying that's exactly how he talked, but that's what I heard,
Kind
right?
of, yeah.
You need a pork butt. And so I said, okay, I never cooked a pork butt before. What do I do? He gave me the whole thing, told me how to do it, went home, cooked it, blew everybody's mind.
Wow.
We had tacos one night. We had pulled pork sandwiches the next night.
They
So
got
thanks
quality.
to Von Hansen.
That gift certificate sounds like you guys really
I got
enjoyed
my money's
that.
worth.
Yes.
And I still got $14 left on it, so I got to
Wow.
figure out what I'm going to do with it.
Dog bones.
All right, let's turn our attention now to our guest. This
Yes.
is Lisha Dunlap, and a part of the Maricopa schools. There's 10 different colleges. Is that what you were telling me?
Part of Maricopa Community Colleges District. We're just a big, team
Family?
together.
Well, one of the biggest in
Really.
the country, if I'm not mistaken.
The biggest group of colleges collectively in the country,
Crazy.
under the
And you work
Maricopa.
for Gateway
I'm at
specifically.
Gateway, yes.
And then what's your role with Gateway?
I'm the PR and marketing director at Gateway.
Okay, so it's your job to make sure people know about Gateway.
Yes, absolutely.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Yeah.
No pressure. When you're that good, it's easy. We're a great college.
So here you go. So tell me, I know nothing about Gateway. I do, though my daughter is, she belongs to the system.
Okay.
And is very wisely.
She sounds like she's in prison, but
she's
go with it.
yeah, it's-
College, prison, they
She
have
wears
their
orange
similarities.
every day.
Shout out to my Annalise Mesa Community College. Very wisely decided to go there because she's just not sure yet what she wants to do, and she keeps riding with it. She's enjoying the teachers. A lot of things I want you to
class
talk about too.
sizes.
Class sizes, all that stuff. But I know that's Mesa. I know nothing about Gateway. What's your
It's
30-second
very similar in the idea that if you don't know what you want, it's a great start. But Gateway's a little bit more specific in that it's a lot more for people who do know what they want and are ready to do it faster, because we have a lot of trades programs that are
Okay.
direct to
fantastic.
work. We go from simple certificates to all the way through masters on certain things. We're really well known for healthcare and for general trades programs. You can start from a phlebotomy program and go into nursing. Then you can continue from RN to BSN through us. We actually have the bachelor's degree. And then we have an agreement for a master's. So you can start at community college and go all the way through.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really neat. A lot of people
That's
don't realize
sweet.
that.
and the other trades? Are you talking about just the general trades?
Everything,
Like
HVAC,
Welding.
CNC machining, welding,
They
yeah.
need electricians. I mean,
Oh yeah, we
Plumbers.
have that as well. We do
Yes.
journeymen, so apprenticeships. If you can picture it, and it's something that's a great program that gets you to work, and specifically to work in this area, because that's what's really important, is ours are geared towards Maricopa. So our whole goal is to better Maricopa with our students. We want them to come here, train here, and work here. And that's the goal for their lives to be better, and then all of our lives to be
Love
improved
that. I
by
love
it.
it,
So-
love. I mean, I went to a trade school. I didn't do the traditional 4-year journey, and jumped into my radio career. Did you go to? Yeah, you went to college.
Yeah. You know what? I wish. I mean, like the college experience. Hey, for all you people out there, it's fun, it's enjoyable. But do you really, really like learn something specific? I guess I did, but not like to the point where you're talking about
How to
trade
tap
specific.
the keg. Is that what you learned? How to tap the keg?
Yeah. No, I will say this. Northeastern, where I went to school, is a co-op school. Shout out to Northeastern, where you go to school for 6 months and work for 6 months.
That's
so
awesome.
When I graduated, I had 2
great.
years experience. Yeah, it's number one co-op. It's called co-op in country. So I didn't know what I wanted. But
Yeah.
most kids do not. I mean, they do not
right
know.
out the gate, it's hard to know what you want for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And so even if you're just exploring and you can start for less, that's good. But if you need to make money while you're thinking about it, that's even better. So you go for, say, 6 months, you get a certificate, then you can work while you explore. And then you're not living out of your parents' house. You're not, trying to figure it out with a very low income job. You can even find a job where maybe your employer will continue to pay for you to have your education. So it's just kind of that jump start into adulthood that I think is really important. A lot of times we harp on the fact that they're still kids, but they're kids who are adults. So we've got to
and
give
ready
them a
for
chance.
something.
Yeah. Let's
Remind
get them going.
Me that, when we're done here, I want to talk to you. I work. I do some work with. Speaking of prison, with the prison systems here, specifically with the juvenile inmates at Durango Detention Center. And we're always talking about the trades, because for a lot of those guys, that's going to be something that they're really interested in and that they want to do. So remind me, sidebar
We'd be
with you.
happy
Okay.
to, yeah.
I want to talk about 100 plus women who care. We have been such a great fan of this organization. For those that don't know, it's a giving circle where they have these quarterly meetings. Everybody brings $100. It adds up to $10,000.
Sometimes more.
And yes, most of the times more.
Most of the times more.
And then every quarter somebody receives it. Well, guess who got it just a couple of weeks ago? This one right here. So
That's right. The person in charge of she's got the most important job, in charge of the wine.
Wine sales.
Wine sales.
I'm not in charge,
Yeah.
but it's a joke that we
We'll make you in charge. For the show, you're in
by
charge.
continuing to purchase. So it's very simple concept. The idea is one person can do good, 100 people can do so much more. So we get together once a quarter, and how it actually functions is everyone is encouraged to nominate a charity of their choosing, something that they believe in. You don't have to work for it, anything. You can just really think it's a great cause. So we all nominate our charities, and then it's just like a fun grab where they literally draw 3 charities a quarter. Those 3 get the opportunity to go speak for their charity. You have to do it yourself. You have to be passionate. You have 5 minutes to go in and sell your charity. No handouts, no presentation.
So let me ask, you were there to talk about the Gateway Community Colleges Foundation?
We
or is
have a specific part of the foundation called the Emergency Student Fund.
Emergency
And
Student
that's what
Fund.
I was there for.
So what did you say about it, just briefly?
Yeah.
The hardest thing to see is a student who really wants to have a future and hits a roadblock where they literally, it's almost even life or death at that point. They either have something come up with their health, or they are homeless, or they can't eat that week. And we actually have a lot of specific stories about those things. And I shared a story about a student who was living in their car and filled out they can self-nominate themselves for these emergency funds. And they literally said, if I could just get a gas card, because it's so hot and I can't sleep in my car because it's so hot right now, and I have to keep my car running, and I don't have enough gas to get me through payday. I just need something to get me to payday. And that's what it's for. But then it goes so much further than the gas card, right? They can evaluate what that student's needs are, and this student was able to get food assistance, housing assistance, the gas they needed, and just a whole other wraparound service that not only got them through that moment, but got them through their program, and then they
Amazing.
graduated.
Yeah.
And so it's
Amazing.
just like, you think about in those times of need in school. I mean, you know. You worked in radio?
Yes.
I worked in radio. There were a lot of times I was broke.
Most of the time.
Very, very
Yeah.
broke.
Hey, it's
And
not only radio people are broke.
Well,
throw us all in there.
Pause. What's your radio journey? I'm curious.
I was in radio in college, and I
Okay.
continued for about 10 years after part-time as
On
well.
air or sales?
On
or,
air
yeah.
and promotions director.
And of course you were.
So
Where did you
I loved
work?
it. I was in Kansas. And,
Where? I was in Kansas.
No way.
I worked in Kansas City.
Well, I was in Topeka.
Oh, okay.
So I went to Washburn, and do you remember the Laser in Lawrence? It was a popular station for KU.
The Laser.
Probably. I do
Laser
remember the Laser.
105.
So my wife
Laser
went to
105.
Yeah, I was going to Washburn, and I worked at the Laser.
KU. Look
so,
out. What was your shift?
I was middays.
Yes.
I was, and I was promotions director. So by the time I was doing that, I was going to school at night and on weekends.
Oh, yeah.
And exhausted.
Exhausted.
And I made $9 an hour to
That's
do
about right.
all
That's
of
about
that.
right.
Yeah.
She was one of the highest paid people.
It felt like it. Yeah, it was really rough. And there were times that I didn't know
Yeah.
how to get my car filled up.
Oh, yeah.
And there was one time in particular that I had nothing left and a few days to payday, and a friend's parents handed me a 20 that got me through.
Certainly.
And so I remember those times. And so now to be in a position where we can help someone do that, it's
Yes.
like that full circle that we all look for in our lives.
So dope.
And
Good
it's
for you.
so important. And
Good for you.
100 Plus isn't just here. It's all over the country. I
Right.
actually was in it in Oklahoma before moving here.
Oh, okay.
And then I found our chapter here, and it's just as impactful, if not more, because there's so many women here. There's chapters all over. We have Gilbert, we have Scottsdale, we have Awatuki, and that's just our Valley of the Sun group.
Do they ever
Yes.
all get together for like a massive
They
$100,000?
need-
It hasn't happened yet, but that would be so cool, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
a massive giving.
That's
I know.
next.
the big.
We
the
should
one-
talk
the
to
big,
them
the
about
big,
that.
the big.
That would be
the
super.
Whopper of the year. You get
Yes.
a $50,000
100,
check.
100,
And
bro.
thanks to Scottsdale,
100,
we could
okay.
probably make that
Look,
happen.
Matthew's gonna MC the event.
Let's go.
Let's
do
do
it.
it.
I'll be put
Let's
the whole
do
thing
it.
together.
I'll
promo-
promote it.
Yeah,
You'll promote it.
I'll
You'll
promote it. It'll be on-
Absolutely.
we'll have the live show there too.
We'd have
as
so
well.
much fun.
Home Smart's going to be on the deck. You saw that too. We're going to be
With the
up
women
at
that we
Scottsdale.
have, you could get them
Yeah.
there in a heartbeat.
Yeah, Lisha, I was gonna, because that's what I was gonna circle back, because we're out there. You know, you're obviously you want to grow the audience out there. We're in Chandler right now.
Yes.
But you mentioned Awatuki. I know they meet at the Foothills Golf Club up in Foothills. The Chandler chapter. Where do you guys meet?
We're in the Santan Mall,
Okay.
in an area within there in Kiln.
Oh, Kiln.
So the
Okay.
rental
Everybody knows
space,
it's a
yes.
beautiful spot.
And then we actually have opportunities for businesses to sponsor, so you can come speak to the whole
Right.
group. And then I think it's literally like $250 to be a sponsor for that
Awesome.
quarter, which is lovely. You got to talk in front of the group,
Yeah.
talk about your cause, everything, and then we more women.
Yeah,
Like
all you
every
women out
woman
there,
makes such a difference.
I mean, 100 plus women. Besides having fun, you'll get so much enjoyment because these
You do.
stories that
You
you're
make
gonna hear,
friends.
you're part of it. You become part of it.
It's a community.
Yeah, and then I already let the cat out of the bag. The third location in Scottsdale, which we do the podcast, is one of our locations.
Nice.
Home Smart, the corporate. I know you guys are there too.
We just have so much presence, and
Yeah.
it's shocking. And because each one of those groups gives that amount, and that's at a minimum. The 100 or the 10,000 is always the minimum.
Yeah.
And you just know walking into it, you're going to make a difference. And that's usually like the main question we ask charities is, if you get this money, what difference will it make?
What's
So
it
for
gonna do?
us, it's like 40 students. 40 students are going to benefit from this at a minimum.
Yeah.
And so for someone else, it could be almost their entire year's budget if they're a small charity. And there's been so many charities around here. The whole goal is to make us cry. If you make us cry,
Yeah.
you're winning. You're just getting the money.
Yeah, I love hearing the stories. By the way, so Amy Richardson, one of our partners,
Yes.
is also 100 plus women.
Shout out to the Savvy Realty Group.
So I actually had to go there. I watched. I actually watched 3 presentations, even though they're a sponsor. We don't really get that opportunity, and it was amazing. And so the person that won was on this show. It was Teresa Pagnini. She was on.
Yeah, Teresa Pagnini.
She works
She's
with
kicking butt
ACT,
right
and
now.
she's doing just a lot of stuff. So, but anyways,
They help homelessness a lot,
Yeah.
which is a big passion of mine as well. The Eris Foundation is one that they've been able to help a lot, which is really a great local one. They helped a lot of children's foundations. They help a lot of
Everything.
I mean, if you
yeah.
can picture it, there's one that we've helped where it's literally they take women with cancer fishing on a trip just to give them some.
Oh,
life
we had
back.
that girl on.
Yes, I mean, if
We
you
had
can
her on.
We had her
picture
on.
Yes,
it,
They bring her
Well,
up
so,
fishing.
yeah.
Fly
Yes.
fishing.
Fly fishing, that's it,
Lisha,
yeah.
we are. I mean, when we're not just, we actually walk the walk. When we say we're partners with 100 plus women,
You
I mean,
know.
we're
Yeah,
like
they've all
we're
been
like
on our
this.
show.
We
Yeah, it's
love them.
cool.
They're on all the time because these are the people in the community. Matthew's mentioned at the beginning of the show, moving the needle. These are the women of impact in our community. So
It's
we love to
so
have them
awesome.
on. It's
and
amazing.
I appreciate that so much
Yeah.
because getting the word out is the first battle,
Yeah.
right? It's always the first battle
Right.
in advertising and PR and whatever. You just need people to know about you. You need them to know how little it takes. I mean, one night every 3 months. And it's fun. Like
Right.
this isn't something I
they all
don't
have-
look forward to. I cannot
yeah,
wait.
it's
I've
a
seen it
great
live.
group of
Yeah.
They have a
we have
great
the
time.
best
They really
night,
do.
and then we get to learn about other people's things.
How do people get in if they want to?
Show up.
Just show up.
It's that simple. You
Really?
show up. The website has all the dates for all the locations, and our next one will be April, so there's a little bit of time in between.
Yeah.
Right now is the time we're starting to take all the new charity nominations, and then you just come for a night.
do
The-
men ever show up?
well, some of the husbands help pour the wine.
Yeah,
Okay.
men not allowed.
I mean, it's not
It's
like
It's a women's event. Come
I-
on.
But women
it's
have
one
all
of
the good
those
stuff.
things.
Yeah, they do.
Bros are always drinking beer, looking
Yeah,
at
yeah.
cars or scratching
You
their
know,
you can't get
you
them in-
guys
listen.
need to do 100 plus men who
They-
care.
That's what I've told Kim for you.
You can't get 100 guys together.
Yes, you can.
I mean, I'm actually say you can't.
You
It
can.
just becomes.
You can
I mean,
do it.
I mean, listen, women are just.
Have you
They have
seen
they
a
have it in their
UFC
heart.
event?
You know that they're giving.
There's a lot of mothers. There's a lot of
mothers,
compassion.
so-
There's a lot
Not
of
that guys aren't like that, but I don't know. Women, I think, are a little bit higher on the scale. My opinion.
Well, they're just more prone to the connection in
Prone
the
to that
community.
connection.
It's true.
and that
It's a
kind
lot
of
of
thing.
That's what
connection.
I'm- yeah.
And you know, these women, they're incredible. Like some of the people that I meet, I'm just shocked at the impact they have in the community, from their own charities to their jobs. These are women who are impressive and smart and wonderful, and it's just, it feels so good to be in a room with them.
Is there a charity that's stuck out other than your own that you've heard over the last
The
few
Love Society has been one.
What's that?
called?
The Love Society. They won our previous one.
Steve
and
needs that.
Yeah.
it's literally their goal. If you think about just the world right now, and it's hateful, right? It's
lot of
sad.
it.
It's hard.
Depends on how you look at it.
It's true,
A lot.
but
There's
you
a lot
can't
there.
get away from a lot of it, right? And the Love Society is doing
turn on
exactly
TV, for
what
sure,
it says.
yeah.
It's showing up for people who are struggling in all these different ways and giving them these packages that they call like these love packages in different scenarios that are needed.
Yeah,
so
I guess I do need one. Man.
they're
you need-
beautiful.
You need some of them. You need
They
some
also
of
have
them,
really
man.
great hats. I mean, these ladies showed up wearing these hats, and I was like, where do I get one?
I'm gonna call him and get on the show and see if I can work my way into a
Get
package.
the Love
Yes.
Society on. Let's get them booked. booked.
But
man.
I mean, when you do good and then you're helping people feel good as
I love
well,
it,
it's
yeah.
just such an overall experience. It's stuck out. I mean, they all come in wearing hearts, and you just feel good being in the room with them.
So I want to ask you this. I mean, you're around young people all the time because of the gig. I think a lot of people get it twisted when it comes to kids. The kids that I meet, the teenagers that I work with and stuff, like, I find them to be pretty hungry for something.
They are.
But they get a bad rap. What is your vantage point? What are you seeing with
Well,
our
I have a
youth right now?
15-year-old, so I get to see the best in him
Uh-huh.
all the time. I mean,
All the time.
And I'm not just saying that because I'm his mom, which I would probably say it because I'm his mom, but the kids these days are invested in the world in a way that I don't think we were. You
For
know,
sure.
I was invested in the music in the 90s,
Right.
and I was invested in my Nike high tops, but I don't know that I was out there changing the world. And my son's girlfriend is 14 years old and stood on a street and gave a speech the other day. You know, they care and they are passionate, and they don't always make the right choices, but they are
Neither did I.
trying so
Right.
hard. Right.
Yeah.
My choices were like about driving with my restricted license when I shouldn't, and theirs are like stepping out of school when they shouldn't so that they can protest. They're
Right,
just
right.
like phenomenal human beings, and they've had a voice for so much longer than us. I guess with social media and the internet, they're not afraid to use it.
Right.
And I love giving them a voice and giving them a chance to do something and be something. And I think that's, I mean, just from a community college level, when you're in a small pond, it's so much easier than in a big pond. You know, university is scary. It's hard to be in a class with hundreds of people. But when you're in a class with 25 people,
Very personal.
you might raise your hand more and you might volunteer more.
You know the
and-
teachers a little bit.
Yeah, and
a little
they
better.
they know you and you know them and you know your classmates and you know who you park probably by. And there's just a lot more personalization and a lot more chance.
I'm
to-
sold. Here's my money.
Yeah.
What-
For
what's
me,
my
that
classes?
matters.
Let me
And let's
enroll.
not forget the cost.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a benefit for all of us. As a parent, I'm terrified. I've been saving for my son for 12 years. You know, oh no, he's 15. For 15 years since he came out, we've been saving. And it's probably not enough for a
It's
year.
like
of
1
school.
year. I mean,
Right.
maybe.
Maybe.
I
If he doesn't
experienced
have
that.
a scholarship, right?
Yeah, Gordy is a freshman at ASU.
It's
We've been
terrifying.
saving since the day he was born, and we will use up his college fund in 2 years.
Right. I know, and I keep telling him,
At
you
least 2
know,
years. That's
if
not too bad, though. I'd say it's pretty good.
if you go to one of our schools, well, then you can use your money for a down payment on a house.
yeah,
Yes.
that
Or
could have been
a
a
nice
car.
car.
Car and
Yeah,
I know,
like
I know.
there just are so many other things. So if you're starting with nothing, you're not starting in debt. If you're starting with something, you can plan for the future.
So cool.
it's just, to me, that's the wise choice. I went to community college, so I can
Me
can
too,
say
for
I
one
believe
semester.
in it.
Yeah,
And
and
then I
I-
went to my
yeah.
transfer.
I did the whole thing. I
Yeah.
loved it. I
And so I'm the
cried when I
opposite here. I
left.
went to the very
but yours
expensive
sounds cool.
Northeastern.
That co-op
it
thing
was
sounds
great.
cool.
It was a great experience, but
Awesome.
it's listen. There's other options out there. When I moved out here, I realized there were other ones. You kind of get sucked up. I was in Boston. You get sucked up into that, and it's
Well,
those
there's a
are all very
stigma.
expensive.
There's a
Yes.
stigma too,
Yes.
and the stigma needs to go away.
Right.
Because education is education is
Yes.
education.
No one's ever asked me what I got. I mean, I know
No.
it's good. Besides this show, we
Just
talk
saw a
about
clip the other day. Maybe it was Dave Ramsey, and he was going on and on about there's never been a study that proves that you make more money based on where you went to school.
I don't think
No.
it's true. I really don't, because I know the people that have fought for those Ivy Leagues, and sure, it's something to be proud of.
Of course.
But if you can't afford it, you shouldn't put yourself
Yeah.
through that.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't make yourself in debt for something when you could go down the street, get out of school faster, and start fresh.
This is America, Alicia. I love that.
Yes.
I don't.
Wait
I
to
can give you some
No,
of mine.
no,
Yeah,
no.
I know.
No,
Lord.
no
Be happy
school,
to
no,
share.
Share it over.
no school debt. I mean,
No
that's
school
the way
debt.
to go. That's the
Imagine
best
starting
thing.
your life free.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's a whole different experience.
Well, I've enjoyed chatting with you
Yes.
today.
Too,
Thank
you guys.
you,
Thank
Alicia.
you. These are
Great
all
job.
things that I'm proud of.
Yeah.
I think that we have so much to offer here.
And I'm glad Phoenix, you found Phoenix.
Yeah,
we
it's a
needed your
wonderful
juju
place.
here.
It's a wonderful place to be. I love this place.
Repping the community college scene, which is great. Repping 100+ women.
Come join
You
us.
yes. You, keep running, Lisha.
Thank you.
Keep
Thank you.
Lisha Dunlap,
April.
Gateway Community College, and then, of course, as she mentioned, 100 Plus Women Who Care. We will link to both of them in our show notes so that you don't miss out on an opportunity to join one of their future meetings.
Yes.
Thank you.
So how about this? Why don't we take a quick break? We're going to hear from Culture Infinity, Amy Richardson, and Duenas Eden Cravata. And then when we come back, we're going to talk to a girl who started a business when she was 12. Now she's kicking you-know-what and taking names at 13. Hang tight.
Buying or selling a home is one of the most important decisions you're going to make, so you deserve someone who truly cares about your journey. I'm Amy Richardson with the Savvy Realty Group and HomeSmart. Living and raising my family in Ahwatukee for nearly 20 years, this community isn't just where I work, it's my home. Growing up in the Midwest, I learned early the importance of connections and relationships. These values shape everything I do. From our initial conversation to long after you've settled into your new home, I'm here to provide ongoing support and guidance. From staging to cutting-edge marketing strategies, we expertly showcase your home to sell swiftly for the highest possible price. So if you're ready to buy or sell, please reach out to me. And remember, important decisions require savvy solutions.
Divorce is never easy. It's emotional, uncertain, and deeply personal. That's why at Duenas Eden Cravata, we start by listening.
Unlike large firms, we specifically limit our case size, so your case never gets lost. We guide you through divorce, custody, and property division with clarity and care. Some lawyers equate aggression with success. We know better. We lead with compassion, integrity, and unwavering advocacy, because protecting families requires more than a courtroom fight.
At Duenas Eden Cravata, we're more than attorneys. We're your partners for tomorrow.
Well, welcome back. This is episode number 81 of our Move the Needle YouTube and podcast series. We're live at Bottle and Bean, where they're gracious enough to host us.
One of our,
time to time.
I call it one of our home
It's
spots.
one of the mainstays.
The mainstays,
You
for
bet.
sure. Thank you. Shout out to Spike. Thanks, guys.
100%. Also, thanks to Brooklyn V's, Tutor Doctor, and Von Hansen's Meat and Spirits for being a sponsor. We're about to sit down with somebody who's going to make you feel like it's time to get up and get after it. Mm-hmm. Her name is Mariana McWilliams. She is a kidpreneur, which I think is an entrepreneur that's a kid. And I first up, welcome to our podcast.
Yes.
Hi.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
So, did I read this right? You started your business journey at 12 years old?
Yes.
Can you tell us what was happening to want to start a business?
So I've been around a lot of entrepreneurs, like a lot. We used to go to a lot of farmers markets.
Okay.
I kind of knew some personally. And then my parents like, hey, why don't you start a business? So we were originally going to be a retailing toys company where we kind of buy toys, sell them at a lower price so kids can kind of have like fun for not as expensive.
Yeah, right.
And then it ended up turning into snow cones somehow. And then we kind of just took it and
Snow
ran with it.
cones. They're fun.
Yeah, because we originally started with stacking like 2 snow cones on top of each other, and then it was kind of just like an absolute mess. Like the flavor wasn't getting all the way to the bottom; it was like getting on everybody's shoes. So we kind of changed it up a little bit.
That's all right. Where you start isn't where you finish, right?
Yes.
That's exactly right. You're 14 now.
Yes.
And you're running something. You're the founder of Mari's Gold, which is based right here in Phoenix, Arizona. And this is the part that I'm talking about. Like, what are you waiting for? She's already getting after it at 14. What is Mari's Gold?
So Mari's Gold, the name kind of comes from my name because I wanted to name my business after a flower. And I was kind of just looking on Google. I'm like, oh, a marigold, that has my name in it. Why not use it for my business? And then we turned it into Mari's Gold, and now it's like a snow cone, books, youth entrepreneurship, kind of like encouraging motivation business.
Oh, it's a full brand.
Yes.
That's really what it's become.
So yeah, let's strip that all down. So one piece of it is the snow cone bit, which y'all have figured out now. They're not melting on people's shoes anymore.
Oh, not anymore.
Right.
So what was for the audience? What was the fix for entrepreneurs? What was the fix for that? Can you share that?
Definitely to kind of just look on different websites, find out different cups to use, and then based on the cups, that's how we figured out how to like shape it and stuff like that.
Okay.
Just
that
like
makes
an
sense.
entrepreneur, do a little research.
Gotta.
And you figured it out.
Yeah. Are you good in the business side of things, or do you have some help with that?
I think I'm really good, like, kind of being a businesswoman because, like, I'm also an only child. Well, my brother's, like, 2, but he doesn't really count.
He's not part of the program yet.
Yeah,
Just
not yet.
He will be. He'll be working for Mari's Gold
He'll be
soon.
working for you one day.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
He already does.
Yeah. He's got a little jumper. He wears a little onesie.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, whenever we go to our events, he's always the first one to get a snow cone somehow. I'm like, okay.
Okay, so the snow cones are one piece of it.
Yes.
But then you mentioned there's another piece of it, the books.
Well, not even just off the snow cone. If we're talking about just food, we also have popcorn and nachos that we offer, and then the books as well.
No, and then
I
the
like
food-
all those
and
things.
Before we move on to food, is this a food truck? Do you do a food stand? Is it farmer's market? Kind of that stand?
It's a 10 by 10 tent, yes.
Oh, 10 by 10 tent. So it's
Yes.
the people used to the farmers markets. And where are you set up all around town, or what are the areas that you set up in?
we've been from Queen Creek to like Buckeye, so it's
Okay.
kind of just all over the place.
Okay.
Okay. I read online. It says at Mari's Gold, I bring chill to birthday parties. So we're going to start there. What does that mean? I bring chill to birthday parties.
Kind of just some extra flavor to birthday parties. Like your 10-year-old son is throwing a jungle theme party, then we'll definitely we make custom menus that we change the flavor names to kind of fit the party, and we also get custom cups as well, stuff like that.
The chill is the snow
Super
cone.
cool.
Yes,
Got it.
kind of like a play
Okay.
on words.
You bring the chill to birthday parties, community events, church gatherings, private celebrations, sports games, festivals, and more. It says we serve over 20 snow cone flavors.
Yes.
What is your favorite?
Ooh, I'd have to go with the classic blue raspberry. You can never go wrong with it.
Okay.
So, that's your favorite. There's got to be.
What's yours?
I'm a cherry fan. I just seem like I like loaded it with cherry. I don't like
Do
to
you do
mix it.
watermelon?
Yes.
Yeah, watermelon's probably one
So
of my
out of
favorites.
all, okay, so what would be the favorite of the crowd? Is there?
So we have a thing called a Rainbow-tastic, where it's basically a strawberry, banana, lemon, lime, blue, raspberry, and all the kids get that because it's
It's all the
easier
things.
than trying to order
their
something.
their eyes just go like they see the colors and they're just
Yeah.
like, give me that, right?
Yes, that's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
Okay. This is what I'm talking about. You're very excited. You understand that you're like the diamond in the rough.
Dynamic.
You understand that
The word's dynamic.
most 14-years-olds are not doing the dance you are doing, right?
Yeah.
Most of them are buried in TikTok and their social life and all these other things.
Some are
And
cutting lawns, but
some are, like two. But you also say what excites me the most is helping other kids start their own businesses.
Yes.
So that begs the question, is there somebody that you've helped along the way? And if so, could you give us an example of what that looked like?
Oh, yes. So I have a friend. He does an animation business, and we kind of helped him. We helped him put together a cart where it's like everything that he needs. And then I've also made logos for people at my youth entrepreneurship market that we had on last October 25th. We handed out about 20 tents. So it's kind of just getting things started. I actually helped one of my mom's friend's daughters write a book, and just stuff like that. Yes.
And just stuff like that. It's
Just
just incredible.
books,
Well, you go on to read that, okay, you're the author of 2 books.
Yes.
And I hate to just keep bringing back the resume, but it's impressive. But here's the thing that's really impressive, is that you can find her books at Target, Walmart, Amazon, or Barnes & Noble.
Yes.
Getting your books into big stores like that is no easy feat.
I mean, those are the top.
Every
dogs.
author wants their books at Target, Barnes & Noble, Walmart, Amazon. What did you do from a business perspective to get and break through? Because I would imagine the red tape alone was super hard to get through Target
Yeah,
and Walmart. What did
it
you
was.
do to break through?
Well, it was mostly just emails, we had to promote the book first, so even if it was just based off of emails that we sent, they would have something else to go based off of. And then it was kind of just, just a lot of prayer, kind of just hoping that it would make it through and stuff like that, yeah.
Do you remember the first time you walked into a store and you saw your book on the shelf?
Most of our books are online now
Okay.
because, it's kind of hard to sell a kid's book in person, but
Yeah.
online it's a lot easier. And then we also get a lot of sales when people personally talk to me because I get to sell my book better than those stores can. So it's kind of hit or miss sometimes.
So that walks us right to the next question. Mari's Big Idea and Mari in the Safari, those are the 2 books.
Yes.
Which one did you write first?
I wrote Mari's Big Idea first.
Tell me about it. What is it about?
So it's basically a kid story about entrepreneurship, kind of how I got started, some of the doubts and fears that I had along the way, and kind of just teaching kids that it's okay to just get started and that an idea can turn into anything.
Okay. The second book is Mari and the Safari. Why did you write that book?
Because I really like jungle animals. I think they're like really cool, like the cheetahs, stuff like that. Like they've always been one of my favorites.
Cheetah, the fastest. It's still the fastest in the jungle, right?
Yes. And then basically that book is kind of just like a fun safari adventure with a whole bunch of fun facts. And then I also have a tracing and coloring book based off of the safari book. And then we also have a whole bunch of ebooks online that people can find on my website, and also a crossword puzzle where it's kind of like Sudoku, crossword, stuff like that.
Amazing. I mean, you just have your hands in all of these different areas. Which is your favorite? Do you like writing the books? Do you like, making the nachos and popcorn? Do you like doing the snow cones? Which lane do you like? I don't know. I'm sure you like them all, but like, is there one that's a little extra fun for you?
My favorite is probably the speaking gigs that I do, because I've been to about 2 or 3 like middle schools, and I basically talked about entrepreneurship, like what it is, kind of who I am and how I got started. So I definitely like the speaking gigs because it requires like very minimum setup. Like I just have like a slideshow and I just kind of talk about myself, which I really like doing.
This leads me to this perfect question I have for this, because about the kids. As far as when you're growing up in entrepreneur, things go wrong, right?
Yes.
I've read she's set up, you've had inventory problems, just generally things go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But during that situation, you figure out a way to make it happen. How can you share those type of experiences with that type of audience, kids, and saying like, it's okay if you're in the middle of something and whatever it is, it's okay to pick up the ball and try something else. If this isn't working, you go over here and pick this up and try this tool. Can you share a little bit about that?
It's kind of hard to explain because I've always been like a very motivated person. Like I'm very persistent. So like even if something did go wrong, I would either think of the worst possible situation, or I just think of how I can make the current situation better. So it's kind of like, it kind of depends on my mood as well.
Okay.
All right, so that's good advice for
That's
people,
fair.
right? It's not working out. Have this thought of like, what could I do to make this better?
Right.
Right, versus caving in and like a turtle and just going away and just accepting that that's going to be the way it is.
Yeah.
To be an entrepreneur means you got to push through, and you got to find a way. Why were you, Mariana, drawn to be an entrepreneur? Do you have somebody in your family that's like kicking butt and taking names that was an inspiration for you? Did you see something on TV or TikTok? You were like, I want to do that. Like what jump started all of this?
It's kind of just being around entrepreneurs. Like I said, with the farmers market, like I've kind of been constantly surrounded by a whole bunch of motivational things. And my mom listens to like motivational stuff like every single morning. Like
awesome.
When she used to drive me to school, because now I have a bus, but when she used to drive me to school, she used to like put it on every morning. So it kind of just got me in like a mentality.
Yeah, you probably soaked some of that in. What do you like outside of business? Like, do you have any fun hobbies? Do you play sports? Are you in theater? Are you in music? Like,
I do a lot.
You do?
So I used to do theater. I had a lot of shows with Desert Stages, and then I kind of got out of it, but I've really been invested in band. I've been in it for about 4 years. I played the flute. I also know how to play about 6 other instruments. And then I'm also a photographer.
All in the band?
Yes. Also like percussion.
Okay, let's guess. This will be fun. Saxophone.
Yes.
Drums.
I was going to say trumpet. Sorta. Yeah, I was going to say clarinet.
A little bit.
Cello.
Oboe.
Harmonica.
A bassoon.
No. A flute to a bassoon is a bit of a gap there.
Give me the 6. So it's flute.
Flute, alto sax, electric violin, or what is it? Electric guitar.
Yes.
Violin, percussion instruments. I kind of count all of them because I kind of had to learn how to play all of them.
So many.
Also, piano, and I did dabble in a little bit of trumpet, and then a little bit of clarinet. So I kind of just count that as like one. Like I know how to play it, but not like scales or anything like that.
It's no wonder you have the brain you do, right? Because there's a lot of studies that kind of point to the musicality and the brain and it's complex. What about like free time, friends? What do you like to do when you're just chilling out?
Free time? How's she gonna?
I know. I was like, you don't have free time, but like
my
when you do.
My free time really just consists of sitting on my bed and just watching TV. I'm gonna be perfectly
unwinding,
honest. Yeah, because I do a lot of my stuff at school. Like at school, I'm a photographer. Like I said, I'm the news anchor for my school's morning announcements.
How do you like that?
I actually really like it, and it's pretty easy because I get to read off of a teleprompter, and like everybody knows me. They're always like, "Hey, aren't you that girl from the announcements?" Like,
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So I did radio and television for almost 30 years, and so I've done the anchoring thing before, and I liked it too. I thought it was so fun to sit up there and kind of read the news and play that part and do the thing. What kinds of stuff do you guys share on in your morning news? Is it like, give me a flavor?
Yeah.
When was the last time you were on?
So I
Like
was
this morning?
So it's like, so we film it on Thursdays and then every Monday, but I wasn't in it this last Monday because they're trying to get new anchors in, but I'm going to be in this next upcoming Monday.
So give me an idea the last time you were on, the kind of stuff you guys talked about.
Basically just things going around the campus, sporting events, just like random
Lunch menu?
get-togethers.
Yeah.
No, we don't talk about our lunch menu.
Who's coming on campus? Maybe some people coming on campus talking or something like that.
No, just I mean it's kind of just very
Sorry,
sports
strikeout.
oriented.
Yeah,
Strike two.
Yeah, sports and theater. Like if there's a big play coming
Yeah.
up, or there's a big musical coming up, or
Boy, I think, but sitting in this podcast, you seem very comfortable, very well versed.
Yeah.
I think you should.
it's a broadcasting
Yes,
training.
broadcasting. You need to stay. I mean, I'm sure you obviously are. Stay in this lane. I mean, you're really a fantastic communicator. Really. I mean, even for adults that we see. So
Yeah,
you're
Mari,
far
we'll
ahead-
be honest with you. You're better than most of the adults we interview.
For sure.
Thank you.
She's got the confidence. I mean, hey, she's a kid playing an adult's game.
Yeah.
So she's doing it.
Do you ever get some of that? Do people ever go like, "Oh, she's just a kid"? Because I would think it would be the opposite. People would be like, "Do you see this kid?"
Yeah,
She's
I don't really,
fierce.
I don't really
she's
hear that
scared.
first option a
That's
lot.
great. Good. Well, hang tight with that.
Yeah.
Who's in your corner? Who's supporting you? Who are the people that are really there for you?
I definitely have to start off and just say, like, God is definitely my mentor in all of this. And then my parents, my little brother kind of just screaming around and just doing whatever he does. Some of my friends are pretty supportive. I actually employ a lot of my friends to come work with me on bigger events.
Wow.
So, yeah, kind of just...
I'm available if you're hiring.
Oh, of course. You'll be first on my list.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, how do you make your nachos? What's your nacho recipe? Or is it just simple nachos and cheese?
Since we already have, like, the popcorn and snow cones, we try to make it as, like, minimal effort. So we just have, like, a really cool nacho cheese machine. And then we just, like, fill the containers with nachos, and then we put some jalapenos on.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
I don't know, maybe some pulled pork on there from time to time.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
We
got
wrap
time.
up, so, a question a little bit out of the box. Okay, you're obviously, you said you're talking about speaking. If you could add either one rule at school for future leaders or a class, let's say this, if adding a class, what type of class would you be teaching to future leaders to add into the high schools?
So a class that I would add would just kind of be like an entrepreneurship course, but a class that my school has that I'm actually a part of is FBLA, which is Future Business Leaders of America, and it's basically business role play. We just went to our regional competition. I'm going to go to the state competition. But yeah, I would probably just have like a slideshow, kind of just talk about entrepreneurship, kind of like real world skills, rather than just like business, like kind of just like how to talk to someone, how to be polite, just because I feel like some people might need that skill.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, like people are talking about that from moving from the books to actually talking about, things like you said, like really moving the needle.
Yes.
That's what she's doing.
Yes.
Well, Mariana, it was so good to meet you.
Nice to
Thank
meet
you
you too.
very much for
Congratulations.
jumping on.
Thank you.
We're going to be seeing, as long as we're in Phoenix, Arizona, sounds like we're going to be hearing about her for a few decades.
Well, and I'll tell you what, we've talked about having like a big Move the Needle party where we invite all the guests back for like a little situation, and we're going to have to reach out to her for the popcorn, nachos, and snow cones. That'd be so dope.
Yeah,
That'd be
absolutely.
so good, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, we're going to see her. Yeah. Again, we're going to see. I could tell we're going to see a lot more of her in the future.
We'll link to all of your stuff in our show notes so that people can click on it and check it out. Back to school tomorrow, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're what? 9th grade, 10th grade?
9th.
9th grade. And you go where?
Chrisman High School.
Super cool. Well, good luck to you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks
for
being a
coming
part
on.
of this.
I'm glad we came on. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Look,
Yes.
and thanks to everybody for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It's how you show us you care. It's how you show
Yes.
us that you're following along. And before we go, many thanks again to Duane Seed and Cravata, Amy Richardson from the Savvy Realty Group, and Coulter Infinity, and of course Von Hansen's Meats and Spirits, Tutor Dr. Brooklyn V's. We can't do it without you guys. And I'm going to tell you, like, support these businesses. They are your neighbors. These are the people that live down the street from you, and they just happen to have a business here in town.
Yeah, and if you're in Chandler, this Bottle and Bean, everybody loves it. I mean, they're doing
Always
live
packed.
events, and we'll be here again. I mean, we'll be here next month, probably the month after too. So
Looking forward to
we
it.
will see you.
All right, guys, we'll see you in Ahwatukee for our next show. Have a great day.
Stay classy, Phoenix.
Was that like a reference to something like, who is that? Ron Burgundy.